covered. And last year's champion teeing off at 8:44 a.m. Colin Morikawa with Bryson DeChambeau and Hideki Matsuyama. And we are so excited to be joined once again by Colin's coach, Rick Sessinghaus. Rick, thanks so much for joining us. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Beautiful morning. Ready to go.
Full of anticipation and excitement, I'm sure?
Definitely. Yeah, it's been a wonderful warm-up the last few days, and we're ready to go.
What will be your final message to Colin as he gets set to tee off?
Just to remind him to be in the state that he wants to be in, which is calm and focused, and believe in yourself, which he always does. But yeah, that calmness and focus will get everything going.
And how do you keep that through 18 holes, that focus?
Well, I think part of a pre-shot routine is once you get to that ball, you know, him and his caddy JJ will have a routine, right? And they're going to look at the numbers and certain things like that, and that signals that it's go time, right? Yeah. And then in between shots, you know, have some fun, talk about the Laker game last night or something like that to get your mind off of it, right? But then to be able to click back into it is going to be a key part, because it's going to be a long day, it's going to be a demanding day, so you got to give your mind a break sometimes.
So you're going to follow Colin through all 18 holes. Tell us a little bit about what you do for every birdie and every eagle.
Oh, definitely. So with his agent Andrew and his girlfriend Kat, every birdie is definitely a fist pump, and then eagles are big high fives. So we're celebrating all the time.
Now, you're into this, you're a doctor in sports psychology, so I have to get into the mental side of this thing for a moment. Is there been any talk at all about trying to do what Brooks Koepka did a few years back, being back-to-back PGA champion, and what that would mean to him? Or is it just that's to the side, that's not discussed? Or how would you approach that?
Well, honestly, how we approach it is every week he wants to win. So it doesn't matter if you're defending or if it's a new tournament, is you prepare the same to be at your best for that week. So we haven't talked about repeating or defending or anything like that. It's just how can we be best now teeing it up here at 8:44.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So take us at the outset of the show here. We talked about getting up early and all the things that go or that are involved with getting to this point and teeing off this early. But explain maybe what a morning would be like in the life of Colin and getting ready to prepare for today.
Sure, yeah, he gets his body ready first. So he has a definite protocol to 20 to 30 minutes of stretching just to get his body to feel the same every single day. And then as we come here, he's going to have about an hour and 20 minutes of warm up just because of where the short game area is and everything, and do some short game first, full swing, putting. You're certainly getting the speeds of the greens down. But part of that is also rehearsing some of the shots you're going to have for that day, and we have some into the wind shots today.
You mentioned an hour and 20 minutes. I think that some people don't have that much time to. But as far as the timing goes and the routine goes, how important is that time? If he spends an hour and 5 minutes instead of hour and 20 minutes, how does that change his mindset and his preparation?
He can adapt quite easily. It's a lot about the location of where the range is compared to the first tee. It's
Right.
usually an hour and 10 minutes, but you can condense that certainly. But he's done already some of his prep work at the hotel to get his body ready, so we don't need to hit a ton of balls. But you want to hit enough putts certainly and be ready to go.
Rick, you talked about Colin's ability to adapt. How is he adapting to this newfound celebrity? He said he doesn't order packages under his own name anymore.
I think he's doing great. I mean, we've had some instances, at an airport or something like that, where
Sure.
you're getting noticed and stuff like that. But he knows it's all part of it, and he's very grateful for all the opportunities.
Because you are so knowledgeable on the mental side of the game, just for our viewers at home, maybe when you're out for a round and you start in the first few holes, you start off terribly.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to sort of recover and clear your mind to finish on a good note?
Sure. Well, I would actually say some people have actually bounced back better than they thought, because now they kind of go, well, today's round's over with, and all the expectations just lower, and they actually relax and enjoy it, right? If we enjoy the game, we're going to play better. But we have all these goals. I got to start well. Just lower the expectations, everybody.
Sure.
Just go out and have some fun. Yeah.
So for Colin today, after his round, what do you guys normally do on a Thursday after round one?
Well, it'll depend. I mean, it'll depend how the round goes. We'll do a debrief with him and his caddy. We'll talk about decision making, if there are any adjustments need to be made. I mean, tomorrow he's going late, so it could change wind patterns and stuff like that. If there's anything that we saw mechanically that might need to go to the range or do some putting, we would make those adjustments. If he plays solid, which I expect, we may not do anything after the round.
Hopefully you don't have to do anything.
Preparation as a coach is the key to success. When he's playing these practice rounds, how in tune are you to what, in trying to predict what the weather is going to be today, which wind direction, and which clubs he's going to choose off the tees?
Sure. I mean, you're always looking at these weather apps, right? And yet, we were fortunate with the media day that we had an opposite wind, so you at least kind of saw the golf course from the flip end of it. But yeah, you prepare how you best can, and then look at this morning and see what the flags are doing, and then think ahead of what some of those tee shots are going to be like.
Well, Rick Sessinghouse, we cannot thank you enough for coming on again. We wish you and, of course, Colin the best of luck today.
Thanks a lot.
And in the meantime, let's send it out to our roving range crew, Scott and Joe. But first, let's find a little bit more out about Joe. Joe Hallett has established a reputation as a world-class PGA coach, guiding the path of some of the game's top players.
There it is.
Inbee Park was under Joe's watchful eye when she won her first professional event, the 2008 U.S. Women's Open, laying the foundation for a Hall of Fame career. Just a few years later, Joe began coaching a young up-and-coming LPGA talent from the University of Arkansas.
I think Joe's helped me the most just having a plan of how to get from being the 75th ranked player in the world to getting to #1 in the world, because that was the goal.
With Joe's help, Stacey Lewis has won 2 majors and reached world #1 status, just one of several LPGA Tour players who have flourished under Joe's guidance.
I feel like I'm a completely different player since we started working together.
He's just really able to connect with everyone he comes across, and just his demeanor and his character, it just makes you want to listen.
Instead of getting your upper body to go this way, feel like your upper body is kind of going here and covering on top.
We're at a really big time in technology. The ability to take maybe some of the experience that Mark and I have.
Joe's impact on the game doesn't just come from coaching today's top players, but also his tireless commitment to molding tomorrow's coaches. In 2008, Joe's dedication resulted in his being honored with the National PGA of America Professional Development Award for his commendable contributions to the education of PGA coaches across the golf industry.
As far as the PGA of America is concerned, Joe's an asset, a real strong asset, not only for what he knows, but what he's willing to do to help advance the careers of future PGA professionals.
He's extremely intelligent. I think that's really important in order to, to grow the game, and not just for tour players, but for teaching pros as well.
And Scott Walker here, along with Joe Hallett, on the range here at PGA Coaching Live. And we're here, Joe, in front of Cameron Champ. We can see him behind us. He's going to tee off at 7:49, going off the 10th tee with John Catlin and Robert McIntyre. Tell me a little bit about how things are different today and how the routine changes when you're just a half hour before your tee time.
Boy, well, there's two things, and one, you and I just kidded a little bit. It's kind of like the Bugs Bunny feeling out here. You need to be very, very quiet. A lot changes from the atmosphere during the practice rounds. And one thing that you see is, yes, this is the first round. The players are focused. But what you and I spoke on is that the players did something very different the past few days. They actually practiced their routine of when things would happen on this first round. And for our players who are watching out there, whether it's your club championship or a high school match, knowing the time that it takes for you to hit some practice putts, hit some shots on the range, hit a couple of drivers, and most important, go practice that first tee shot you're going to have. That's a great way to get prepared, but you got to prepare for that.
Well, let's look at a little bit more detail with the swing of Cameron Champ, working with some short irons right here. It's interesting because when you look at handicapping this event, he's one of the players on the longest golf course in major championship history. He's one of the longest players out here on tour.
Yeah, he literally has that 15th club in the bag called extra yardage. And the neatest thing about Cameron is he can kind of dial it up or maintain what he needs on those certain holes. We looked at some of the holes yesterday. You and I were on the first hole. You know, if he needs a little extra, he's got some extra rocket sauce in the tank, so to speak, and it's still controllable. So you walk to the tee with that extra club, so to speak, your power, and you have your wits about you to manage yourself. You and I talked about it's very pleasant out here right now. I think the players are going to try and sneak those first 3 or 4 holes in and get around, and then conditions might change a little bit.
As you talked about conditions, for players starting on 10, they're going to be starting to play downwind holes. What do you have to do to adjust your game and your swing, knowing that you're not trying to fight the wind on those first few holes?
You know, you enjoy that shot off of the tee. There's no question about it. You launch the ball up in the air. You can put a nice smooth swing on it. The hardest part becomes the approach shot because you're not hitting into the wind. You're not basically in a calm time, okay, where you know the amount of spin you're going to put on the ball. You're actually hitting a shot that may release a little bit. So the caddies and the players are really going to work on that landing spot. If the pin is at 135, they might want to land that thing at 125 or 127, where on a regular day, they'll land it within 3 or 4 yards of the flag.
So what should a player rehearse to be able to execute that shot?
Oh man, it's tough on this range, isn't it? Because it's into the wind. There's no question about it. What you're going to rehearse is the style of swing. Some players will hit that shot with less wrist hinge, or they'll put the ball further up in the stance. Doing one of those two things and not worrying about the outcome out here, worrying about how the swing felt and how the shot took off. That's all they need to know.
One thing too, I think a lot of players, particularly amateurs, when it gets really windy, you start tensing up, and tension is going to be the worst thing, I think, for a lot of players here. How do you maintain a sense of calm even when the wind might want you to get tense?
This is kind of crazy, but sometimes you'll see players when the wind is really starting to pick up, they'll actually make a practice swing in a different direction so that they can not always feel like they're fighting into the wind. Sometimes they'll make a practice swing downwind just to loosen themselves up a little bit.
Well, that is what we've seen from Cameron Champ, one of the players that you have to think is a ball striker that can contend here this week. We'll look at the tee sheet as we continue to give you more of the inside the range info here on PGA Coaching Live.
great look at a few of those tee times from all the best players in the world who are preparing for this 103rd PGA Championship just over our shoulder here at our set at PGA Coaching Live, presented by Cadillac. And we have a great PGA coach back on set here, Mr. Rich Jones. Welcome back.
Welcome to be here, man. Thanks, Steve.
So if you're giving some coaching lessons to some of these great players, what sort of things might you pass along to them, or what sort of simple tips for them and even for the viewers at home that can take a look and learn from?
Yeah, Steve, so as you know, simple, right? I'm a simple guy. Simple instruction gets along easy. But as I watch the players, the start of the championship, right? Thursday, this is game day, game time to kind of get things going. For the viewers, I want you to really focus on that last, maybe 2 or 3 minutes before they leave the range to go to the first tee, and watch them. They're painting a picture to make sure that they can kind of visualize the first, tee shot off that first hole. So, it's a split tee today on the 10 and on the first hole, but certainly they want to be able to paint that picture, hit a few shots, and so when they get there, it's almost like it's in that memory bank.
Well, if they can paint a beautiful picture, kind of like we have right here, we're on the beach, right on the Atlantic Ocean, just a Bryson DeChambeau drive away from those white caps out there. But talk to us a little bit about, you've got a little tip here for us, and maybe multiple ideas here.
Yeah, multiple, right? So going back to my first tee days, right? So 3 tips, for having fun, right? Be patient, be positive, and ask for help, right? So obviously you have to be patient, you have to be positive, but I'm sure the players are going to be asking, up above to kind of maybe the wind to kind of maybe calm down a little bit. But the one tip that I'm going to be working on today and just show you is to really, it's more visualize that shot before you get up there and hit the golf ball. I call it your pre-shot routine, right? I call it the 4 R's, again, going back to my first tee days. So you stand behind the golf ball. You visualize the shot in terms of in your mind what you just practiced on the range, and then you step up to the golf ball. You relax, right? You don't want any tension at all. Once you get over to the golf ball, then you set up, right? That's getting ready. And then the last thing, you redo the shot by hitting the golf ball, and this is kind of what you visualize in the first step. So let me go ahead and just put this in play for you. So I'm standing behind the golf ball. I'm replaying the shot. I'm getting up to the golf ball. I'm going to relax, and I like to take a nice deep breath. Relax, waggle a little bit. Once I waggle, I kind of get in that motion where I'm ready, feel comfortable. Once I get ready, I'm just going to go ahead and maybe look at my target one time and just go ahead and swing away. So practice that, your pre-shot routine before you get up there on the first tee shot. Replay the shot in your mind, get over the golf ball, relax, get ready, and redo by hitting that golf shot.
Well, I've got another R for you. That was really good. Thank you, Rich, and we'll have more with you very, very soon throughout our day here at our PGA Coaching Live set. Play the 9-Shot Challenge, presented by the 2021 PGA Championship, now through Sunday, for a chance to win some incredible prizes, including a trip to next year's PGA Championship. Visit topgolf.com/9-Shot Challenge for more information.
So every day we got to get our body to feel the same, right?
Every day you sleep differently, you wake up differently, and you never really know how your body is. So I've always got this red band. I'll kind of just set up like I'm hitting a golf shot and just see how much rotation I can get.
We don't want to cheat and just lift the arms. There has to be a rotation that's occurring.
You'll always see me do some leg kicks. So I'll start going forward, and then I'll start going side. And that just kind of gets the body started. You just want to be ready by the first hole, not by the 15th.
Tell us a little bit about how you go through your bag before a round.
I just go 60, 55.
I think starting with wedges is also super important for tempo.
Just to slowly get the body warmed up. I mean, I never really start with full golf swings. You kind of have to ease your way into it. I always go my 8-iron. 8-iron's my favorite club. 5-iron.
I think a lot of it is getting your mind warmed up, rehearsing a shot that you're most likely going to have on the golf course.
Actually visualizing like that's an actual pin is kind of huge for the warm-up. 5-wood, 3-wood driver. Go back with a few chip shots. I'll always end on 6 balls. It's just the way I do it.
I think we're ready. Let's go.
Awesome.
All right.
Since I was a junior golfer, PGA professional Rick Sessinghouse taught me to be creative with my shots and how to execute them. His coaching guided me on my journey to become a major champion. At the PGA Championship, I look forward to competing against 20 PGA club professionals from across the country who promote the game, just like Rick. They might be underdogs, but this week, they're all players, just like me. Don't miss a team of 20 at the PGA Championship.
I competed in my first PGA Professional Championship this year, and I will be playing in my first PGA Championship this year. It's surreal right now. My boss qualified for 2 of the last 4 PGA Championships, and this kind of spurred me on to get my membership and get through the process so I could try and qualify. He was like, just play your own game, just have fun and enjoy it, and that's what we tried to do. It's a giving back industry, right? It's pay it forward. I feel like that's what we do down at Coronado. I'm Mark Geddes, and I'm a member of the PGA Team of 20.
Hey Colin, it's Rick. Just to remind you that, hey, keep that driver grip nice and loose. Grip pressure is so important here to play your best golf. So let's loosen your grip, and that way you're going to control that club face and let that power come through.
We're here at the 18th hole at the Ocean Course. What a great finishing hole. One thing we always practice is loosening our grip. In practice, how do you loosen your grip? You tense up a lot. But it's also about being mentally free. And just know that I can hit a great shot, hit a great cut shot down that fairway. It allows me to relax, take my deep breath, loosen my grip, and just let go. Confidence is everything. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your team, your equipment? Because if you don't have trust, you're never able to reach that one goal. Whether it's on the golf course or behind the wheel, I think if you believe in yourself, you're able to let go. Super Cruise? That's freaky. That's awesome, though. There it goes. Just a really smooth lane change, and it's actually exciting every time I do it. It's so much fun.
Back here behind the practice tee with 2-time major champion Bubba Watson behind us. And Joe, he's about 40 minutes away from his tee time with Danny Willett and Henrik Stenson off the first tee. Tell me about the way that players handle the clubs that they hit and the order in which they hit them during their warm-up.
Oh, there's definitely a process that they go through here. As the players get out to the range, they kind of start with some of the shorter shots, the wedges, because they're going to have some of those during the day. It also gives them a good idea of where that ball might be in their stance, trying to make good contact. Then they'll go to the scoring irons, looking at the trajectory of the shot. Maybe they'll kind of bump up to a 5-iron, potentially a 4-iron, now loosening the body up a little bit, hitting some longer shots. And then they work their way maybe through the hybrid, the 3-wood, up to the driver. And the most important part is before they go to the first tee or the 10th tee, they're going to pare that back down a little bit so they're not too amped up going to that first or 10th tee.
So he's going to be off the first tee. Let's get a little bit deeper into his swing and routine. And it's been very calm for him. There's been no rush. He's got headphones on, really trying to get into his own space. How do you advise players to be able to get in the right headspace to execute the swing thoughts that you've been talking about?
Well, I will tell you, the headphone has been an absolutely marvelous invention, and I actually know a couple of players, one collegiate and one on the LPGA, that actually put headphones on, but they don't actually listen to any music. It really forces them to be a little more quiet, to kind of cut the outside chatter down. How do you get into your own space? It's hitting some shots, getting the feel for the ball, getting good contact, but kind of trying to block out everything around you. And believe it or not, just a set of headphones or earbuds in there, with music or without, might help you.
Wind's kind of laid down a little bit, and as we talked about this, the practice tee here goes really dead into the wind, the same direction as number 1. So for players like Bubba Watson and Henrik and Danny Willett, it's sort of an advantage there. Given the fact that the wind is down, how excited are players to be able to try to even attack that early stage where they may have been defensive otherwise?
You know, you and I, as we said, walk number one yesterday, that's going to give them an opportunity maybe even to hit a 3-wood off of the tee. But I think they might be salivating a little bit because the second hole could be a go-for situation. In the third hole, if you feel a little bit comfortable and you're hitting your driver good and there's not much of a breeze out there, all of a sudden they're looking and thinking, one of these holes I might be a little bit aggressive on.
So tell me how that changes your game plan. And what do you suggest for players once you've established a game plan? Maybe the conditions might make you change up a little bit. How do you suggest players handle that?
You know, when those conditions change a little bit, I don't even want to call it plan B. I want to call it plan A. You still need to stick with plan A. Your game plan is in there. But if you have an opportunity and conditions present itself and your inner gut is telling you, gosh, I'm hitting that driver so good today, that's a point where you can go, all right, I'm not going to abandon the game plan, but I'm just going to step outside it for this shot because I think a really statistically high opportunity to make a birdie or to reach a green in 2 exists here.
So don't change the game plan, but take advantage when you have some opportunities. It's going to be interesting to see if Bubba Watson is going to be in position to be able to add a Wanamaker trophy to his trophy case in Windermere, Florida. Guys?
All right, great stuff on the range, guys. We welcome you back to our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac. And I am joined by one of the absolute best PGA coaches in the world, Joanna Ko. And Joanna, we're obviously going to see a lot of wind this weekend coming at different speeds and from different directions. We just saw Bubba Watson out on the range sort of doing this, but how important is it going to be for players to be able to work the ball both ways this weekend?
Well, Bubba Watson is the master at shaping his golf ball. He actually learned, he's self-taught, so no PGA coach, but learned how to hit golf shots by hitting a wiffle ball around his house, and then he'd go the other way around. So he always moves the golf ball either left to right or right to left. So my coach from home always said the weakness lies in the shot that you can't hit. So if you're a chronic slicer of the golf ball, you should learn how to draw the ball. And if you're a chronic hooker of the golf ball, you should learn how to fade it. So I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can do that on command, but also improve your golf swing over time. Okay, so the important elements would be alignment and ball position. So first, to set up for a draw, you're going to align your align the alignment stick a little bit off to the right of your target, and your ball position will be a little bit farther back than normal. Then your job is to swing along your foot line and make sure that your face is close to the path. So ball position a little bit back, alignment to the right. So I really allowed that face to close through the impact zone. Okay, and then the opposite of that is the fade. So I'm going to switch my alignment stick to open up my stance just a little bit. And now my ball position will be more forward because I'm going to catch this ball more as my path is going to the left. And now I have to make sure that my face is open to the path. Okay, so I'm going to hold off my finish a little bit here. Let me open up my stance more. Okay, so that works for dog legs, working it into the wind, holding it off from the wind. Big advantage for those playing today, but also great help for those at home with those chronic hook or slice problems.
All right, great stuff, Joanna. And wherever your golf journey is headed, we can help you get there. Find your coach now at pga.com/coach. Now let's catch up with Stephen Youngner, the head pro at Kiowa Island Golf Resort.
Hi, I'm Stephen Youngner, PGA Head Golf Professional here at the Ocean Course. We're here at the 16th hole today in one of the very deepest bunkers or sandy areas that we have on the golf course. And there's a lot of unique features about the Ocean Course. It's all just part of the native environment that we have here. So it presents some challenges where sometimes you don't always have the greatest lie. The sand itself is not something you're used to. It's more of a sugar sand or a beach sand. So when we hit bunker shots here, because we do have that ability to take a practice swing and kind of test the sand, that's what we recommend everyone to do. So I'm going to do that here with this shot. Obviously this is a very challenging shot. We're very deep here. I'm going to take a quick practice swing and get sort of a feel for how hard or firm or soft the sand is. I'm going to step into the shot, and because this is such a deep shot, I'm going to try to open the face up as much as I can and swing through the shot. And I'm out, so that's the most important thing. I hope this coaching tip helps you next time you face a unique bunker shot like the ones here at Kiowa.
I'm PGA professional Michael Breed, standing on the first tee at the Ocean Course at Kiowa, and you know the intimidation of this, bunkers down the right-hand side. You stand on that first tee, and I am telling you, you get a little bit nervous. Now, how do we ease the nerves? How do we get you to be able to hit that shot that you know you're capable of, but man, did it make the trip from the range to the first tee? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to make sure that you see a good shot and make sure that you practice that tee shot on the range before you come to the first tee. Now, what I suggest doing is having a go-to shot. I like to hit cut shots. This is what you're hearing. Rory McIlroy talked about how he's predominantly going to a cut shot. Dustin Johnson is going to the cut shot. Brooks Koepka, all these great players. Jordan Spieth even going to the cut shot with the driver. This is something that is going to be advantageous for you to get in the fairway. Here's what you're going to do. You got to make sure that you've got your path of the club going over to the pull side, and then you've got to make sure that the face is going over to the push side. So, path, face. Now, it's not going to be that exaggerated. I'm going to take that out of the way here, and I'm going to set this grip just a little bit weak. So my lead thumb is going to be down the shaft a little bit. Instead of being on the side, it's going to be down the shaft like that. That's going to help weaken up that club face. My trail hand's going to match up to where that lead hand is, and then all I'm going to do here, now that I've got the face all set up, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting this club to come across to the pull side here. I've got my target's going to be right down that sort of the left side of the fairway, right over the stairs that are going up from the waist area into the fairway there. Here we go. And what you can see is that it starts down the left-hand side, a nice little cut back into the fairway. I'm in the fairway. Now I can breathe in, breathe out. Make sure you're happy with your shot. You're going to walk confidently and comfortably down the first tee. Here's what you need to appreciate. Get control over that face. Make the path and the face oppose one another. Path left, face right, ball's going to start left and have a nice little butter cut to it. That one there started about 3 degrees to the left, had about 500 RPMs of right spin. You want to get rid of those first tee jitters. You want to be able to perform on the first tee shot. Make sure you A, practice it on the range, and then B, have your go-to shot, whether it's a draw or a fade. Doesn't matter to me, but they have to oppose one another, the path and the face, in order for you to get it into the fairway. Enjoy that. I know that's going to help you shoot lower scores.
I see all the PGA Tour players and I really want to be like them.
I just love seeing them play these beautiful courses and seeing their game blossom under such a perfect golfing environment.
I really like the short game area because, short game is one of the most important parts of the game. I really love how I get to improve and how I get to build on what I learn and getting to set goals and to see myself maybe even accomplish them. First time I took a swing, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And so I practiced more and more. I just realized that it's a lot of fun to play it. I want to go chase my dreams and be able to, become a golfer one day. Drive to the championship!
Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Pete Dye. He and his wife Alice designed the course that we're standing on, which is the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. At some 7,800 yards, it's known as one of the hardest courses in the world, and it's about to host the 2021 PGA Championship. We're here thanks to Chase Sapphire, and my mission today is to break 90 from the tips. Why is the wind important? The wind is important because that's what makes a links course a links course. Built in 1991 for the Ryder Cup, this course harkens back to an era from long ago when golf was just beginning. But today's goal is a huge one, and it's to break 90 from the tips.
You got this.
Thank you, sir. Between he and I, we're very confident. With the wind switched, we have a little bit of interesting stuff to deal with, but we're here on the range now to get dialed in to see if we can make 17 bogeys. That'd be a good title for it. And now it's time to get down to business. Who's got a club? Thank you. And a ball. Got to figure out the wind. They say the first ball tells you a lot about your round. No!
Back here on the range here, Scott Walker and Joe Hallett, and we're really looking forward to this 8:22 tee time of Lee Westwood, Xander Schauffele, and Victor Hovland. Westwood's right behind us now, and he'd been really working with a training aid in a way to warm up with one thing in mind. Tell me the difference between warm-up and practice in this situation.
Well, boy, oh boy, that's a really big difference, especially when you get to competition, is the difference between the warm-up and the practice. Now, we watched him, he's got kind of a ball between his arms, and what he's trying to do is get his arms, the hands, the club, the upper torso to all be kind of one team and one unit starting out today. But your question of the difference between a warm-up and a practice, the warm-up is literally getting ready for the round. And one of the most important parts is maybe they want to work on shaping the ball and trying to hit a draw or hit a fade. If they're having problems with that particular shot, then that shot is off the table for the rest of the day. They're not trying to fix anything. Maybe if that shot's a little bit of a bugaboo or it's a little sticky, we're not going to put ourselves in that position. But the rest of it's good. Let's get out there and go play.
He's talked a lot recently as he's had his career resurgence. His fiancée, Helen Story, is on the bag, his caddy. He's talked about really wanting to take control of his game, but not really thinking technically out on the golf course. For you as a coach, how do you advise a player whether they should really be technical or just free-flowing the way that Lee Westwood wants to more play currently?
Boy, oh boy, you know, I think for those players of us who are very technical at times, those players tend to have some successes, and then every once in a while a little bit of a setback says, gosh, my gut told me I shouldn't have done that. And getting the technical right is important, but I know, like Rick Sessinghaus talks about, being reactionary and getting out there and reacting and being in the moment is a big thing. So get your technical down, and then when you go out in the course, let your inner gut tell you when something might not be technically perfect and you might have to be a little bit creative.
With the creativity, as you talked about this, he's going to be on the 10th hole again, going out away from the wind on this driving range. How does that play into your feel? As we've talked about, it's going to be a different feel than on the range here.
It's kind of an old Irish saying, you want the wind at your back, and it couldn't be any better. There is a little bit of, I want to say, relaxing, because you're not fighting the golf course right of the way. You're literally getting out there, and you're able to use a little bit of the blessing of the wind to help you along those first few holes on the backside. So, yeah, that kind of puts a smile on your face and the wind at your back.
What do you like about his tempo right now?
It's absolutely consistent, and that's a big thing to watch for the amateurs in the group, is that the backswing and the downswing to a full follow-through, it's not being aggressive in that change of directions. I love watching that, where you just see the club go up and start down almost at the same pace.
Lee Westwood in a true feature group, just about 8:22 will be the time for him, with a couple of young stars, Hovland and Schauffele.
Well, Rory McIlroy is certainly a featured group we're going to want to watch today. And we took a little slow-mo of Rory's swing earlier this week, and he's obviously swinging very well. Won a couple weeks ago in Charlotte at Quail Hollow at the Wells Fargo Championship. He's got his game primed up, wants to, this is semi-defend his title here that he won back in 2012 by 8 strokes. But what Rory McIlroy does so well is his hand path, and it moves around his body so well. And we'll move into a demo here in a moment. But I want to show you Rory's golf swing and a couple key positions that all of you viewers at home can watch. So as Rory takes it back, I've drawn this little cone, by the way. I like to call this the cone of error, because you got to keep the hands and the club very much in this cone throughout the golf swing. So as Rory takes the club back, you'll watch his hands work up. And you see how his hands stay in that cone right there. I'm going to actually move it back just a couple frames as he goes right in there. Watch that club shaft. It stays right in that line. And we'll move it up to the top. His hands stay in that cone right there. Club gets up there. One thing here, this is a beautiful thing to learn. Club face and his left forearm match very, very nicely. That's a great checkpoint for everybody at home. And then as the club works its way down, you see the hands stay in that cone right there. Watch through this hitting area once again. Just watch how beautifully the hands, and see that shaft, it comes right back. It matches those lines beautifully. That's a beautiful impact position, working down into the golf ball. Strikes down and through, makes a nice descending divot. Now watch how the club exits. And when I say exit, it's as that club passes the hands right, or passes the body right there. And you see how this club shaft, again, matches those lines. The hands work in and around the body. So how does that work for everybody at home? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look right now as we move over to our demo. And I'm going to show you a little easy tip that you can do this right at home on your practice tee. And it involves an alignment stick, and take whatever club you want. I've got a 7-iron here. Pop my glove on. You need a glove. You got to have good grip and good traction. So you want to make sure. So all I do is I take this alignment rod, and I dip about halfway down the shaft. And what I do is I grip this, such as this. There's lots of ways to get something to kind of extend what the club shaft looks like. Now, the whole goal of this, and if we get this down the line right here, now what I want you to understand is that when we take the club back, and this is what Rory does so beautifully, the club comes back, and this shaft is going to point at the golf ball, okay? We don't want the club here, which is going to get it way across the line when we get to the top, nor do we want this club shaft pointing way over here out into the Atlantic Ocean. We want to make sure this club shaft points right at the golf ball. So if I can do this, and then I come down to the golf ball, this is going to give me, this is kind of a little pump drill. Just work on this, and you get this alignment rod pointing at that golf ball, and now you know you're going to be in a beautiful position to go ahead and strike this golf ball right at your target. Again, you can even do it without the alignment stick. And then you hit it right at your target. Time. It's a great way to understand where the hitting zone needs to be, and that's something that 2012 and 2014 PGA champion Rory McIlroy does so well. And something that other people do so well is we saw Joe Hallett catch up with Rick Sessinghaus recently during Colin Morikawa's practice round. Let's check out what they learned.
All right, this is one of the rare treats that we're going to get this week. Not only with a rare person and a great person, Rick Sessinghaus, out here with his star pupil. And if you don't know the name, just look to last year's championship, because that name keeps popping up over and over. But more importantly, as a coach, Rick, you wrote a book that we've often heard quoted, just the quote itself. Golf is the ultimate mind game. Tell us a little bit about the ultimate mind game and how you're preparing Colin for this week.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, this week is just an awesome week for Colin, obviously defending champion of the PGA. But when we think about playing golf, my gosh, all the time in between shots and our ability to focus or be distracted or confidence or doubt or emotions going all over the place, that's going to affect our golf swing, right? Our tempo and our feel. So we have to be able to manage those emotions, manage those thoughts with routines and such. And best players in the world, most of them done a really good job and with the pressure they're at. But at home, right, we're going to remember a guest or something, oh, I got to make this 6-footer to win or something like that. You better be managing that mental game.
All right, that leads to the obvious question. What is the, if you had to give one line, the mantra to help our average player out there who loves this game, who's playing now more than ever, what's the one line to help them get in the moment and make all those thoughts go away? And I'm sure this is a pricey line.
just said in the moment, right? So being present in the moment, I ask present-based questions. So how is this lie going to affect the ball? Where's the wind coming from? How firm is this green? What's my number? Those questions are all factual based. They're not opinion like this is a bad lie or oh my gosh, this is worth birdie or anything like that. So if we can ask better present-based questions, it will help us stay in the present moment. But again, when it's the opinion of what is this worth for and how much money is on the line and oh my gosh, I could break 80, right? All these other things that bring up emotion, our body's going to respond differently. So being present is the number one goal. I use questions to be able to funnel that there.
Somehow, and even at my age, I'm hearing dragnets that says, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. And that's truly what it is. As a coach, you've had one of the rare treats, and I'm hoping you'll be willing to share on a very, very personal level. Watching Colin win last year, I mean, it's just, can you run us through, I mean, from the coach's side of it, how exciting it is for a coach to do that?
I mean, I'm so proud of him, and he's such a hard worker. He's such a great young man. And as a coach, I learned early on, and you probably relate, we have to be careful of identifying ourselves with our students' results. Oh my gosh, he's for all right. I have to be calm too, right? And that's pretty hard on a final round of a major when he's in contention. But I'm yelling and screaming on those good shots. I do want to cheer that on. But you know, I saw how composed he was, how focused, how calm he was on the first tee. And I'm not saying I knew he was going to win. I knew he was going to play well. I did that. And you go along the way, and then he chips in on 14, and then, of course, what happens on 16, you're just going, oh, my gosh, what am I witnessing here, right? I'm witnessing history, right? And just to be able to hug him after that round, I mean, extremely special, and he deserves all, everything for that.
And that's a good point to the viewers, that it's just not the player that's nervous sometimes. It's the coach that has those butterflies going in and out. The longest walk in golf is often talked about being the walk from the driving range to the golf course. Every player's got their own routine. Is there anything that Colin does that might be helpful to golfers, either of highly skilled or just an average skilled golfer, in terms of what they can do?
Sure, I think I look at it as preparation instead of practice, right? A lot of people look at warm-up as practice when it's really not. You already have your game there. So we want to mentally warm up, physically warm up, and then get our skill sets in order. And what I mean by that is physical. Are you doing some stretching at home before you get there, not just driving in 5 minutes before your tee time? You want to get your body to feel the same every single time you play. So Colin's doing 20, 30 minutes of stretching just to feel normal, right? Maintenance-wise. Let's warm up, everybody, right? Get that body going a little bit more. And then mentally is on the range, actually start to see shots that you're going to hit that day. Visualize, have a clear target, go through your practice routine so you're starting to wake up your mind with what you want to be able to do, right? And so the final thing is the skill set. What skills am I going to need today that's going to help me on this golf course? And it might be a driver, it might be, and you rehearse those shots before you get to the first tee.
That's awesome. We actually have been standing here being a moving target. If they pan around, they will see the guys shooting at us. So let's move forward and we'll enjoy more time with you. All right, Rick, we're out here on the third tee. The practice round, you're out working with Colin right now. If you had to break up how a practice round is broken apart on a particular hole, I'm guessing they don't spend a whole lot of time on the tee, but
I mean, I think you certainly have, when you have JJ, a great caddy, he already has some numbers. He may have already been to the facility before. He was actually here for the last one for the PGA in 2012, is you just want to get your sight lines, and a lot of that is going to be based on wind direction. So we probably see each nine twice before he actually plays. So today's a slightly stronger wind than it was yesterday when we played it, and all we're doing over is, okay, remember that pole there? Yes, we're going to hit a baby cut off that. And so he's just reaffirming what we learned in the first practice round. Only one shot was needed, right? There's going to be certain things, if the wind shifts today, that we may have to hit a few 3-woods or something like that off to look at it. But it's one, maybe two shots. They already have all their numbers. They already know run out distances and carries and stuff like that. But yeah, it's getting clear with your caddy of sight lines.
So as we get closer to the green, you see a lot more time being taken, and I know we're going to have the ability to walk with you and get up to the green. So let's kind of head that way, but thinking ahead, some of the things that most players might not think of in a practice round, other than just hitting putts from where you hit a great practice round shot, there are some things that we'll probably want to do. So
So one of my pet peeves when I work with competitive players is I said, how did your practice round go? And they say, I shot 71. And I said, I don't care what you shot. Do you know how the bunkers are? Do you know how the rough is? No, I hit it so good that I didn't get out of the bunkers. Then it's not a practice round. Then that's a scoring round. I want to know what's the firmness of the bunkers. I want to know how thick is the rough. Can you get out with an 8-iron? I mean, and they go, oh, that. So we got to hit from different shots. So yesterday we were in the rough. We were in some weird, waste areas and stuff like that. Because guess what? A round doesn't always go 14 fairways and 18 greens. So we have to be prepared for those things.
Well, let's go head down towards the green and we'll take another look. All right, we've made the nice long and chatty walk to the green with Rick Sessinghouse, and we're actually right in front of the green complex, which is about 8 feet above us here right now. We talked a little bit about where the time on a practice hole is spent, maybe one swing or one shot off the tee to get the line, maybe if they're playing to a different part of the green, 2 shots, but I think I'll let you fill in the rest here because they're going to spend a lot of time around this green.
And I think every tournament is different, so you have to be aware of the different grasses and stuff like that. But you look behind me here, and this par 4 looks, it's only 396, but if you don't hit the green, we have this massive runoff. And some people say, well, it's always my 60 degree. It's not the best choice. Sometimes this is very, very tight lie. I know Colin has now put in a 5-wood chipping, which he absolutely loves. And this is only just a few months ago. He's always learning. He's always adapting. You're going to make mistakes first, but be creative out there. Maybe you got to putt from here, right? We're having some people hit 60s here, but we're going to have some 5-woods here. We're going to have some putters here. But part of a practice round is being aware of all these variables and saying, what's the best skill for me? Don't try to be like Colin, but what's the best shot for me? And you might find that it might be a more conservative, like we were talking about hybrids and 5-woods to chip with, instead of trying to get under it with a 60 and open it up and then you skull it over the green and then, triple happens. So it's a lot of practice and preparation. Multiple shots are happening here.
And when you say multiple shots, a lot of times that involves different size grasses. I know, the rough around the greens can get a little bit longer, but bunkers, and maybe do you kind of have your players chart everything that's kind of out there and not just saying where was the hole location, there's more to it than that?
Sure. We rely a lot on JJ, his caddy, who already pretty much know what's potential hole locations are, so we chip in something to that, and he's throwing shots all around. Say, hey, how about this? How about this? And so we then make it in game a little bit. So there might be an up and down game on every shot too. It's like, okay, up and down from here, and then Colin's focus has to click in up a gear, right? A little bit more. But just a quick story about the PGA last year. Colin had played Harding Park before, but we noticed that the rough around the greens were a little bit thicker than what he was used to. And I'm not joking, we must have hit 300 chip shots in that rough on Tuesday. He was actually testing different wedges. He went with a TaylorMade high toe wedge that worked great for that. Now, this week won't be that one, it'll be a different TaylorMade 60. So you get a lot of things at your disposal if you actually prepare and do the work ahead of time.
What's that old saying? Success only comes before work in the dictionary. Rick, thanks for joining us here and actually making this a great journey throughout this hole. Best of luck this week.
Play well out there. Enjoy the round.
The PGA Championship begins this Thursday with its flourish of thrills and emotions as past champions and challengers alike will compete for the prestigious Wanamaker Trophy.
I was in a very good state of mind all week, and then I felt once we got to the weekend, especially Sunday, I felt like it was time to go get it. I love having the little plate in my locker saying the 2017 champion, but I would like to have a lot more years on it.
The 103rd edition of the event will take place on the notoriously demanding ocean course at Kiowa Island in South Carolina.
I think that's something about this place. No lead is safe. Out here, it's especially those last couple holes, but really the entire golf course. You have trouble, you can lose a golf ball on any shot. You get some crosswinds, you have to hit the ball very solid, you have to place it, and hitting the fairways is a premium, and it's got some teeth. It's really just going to be about adapting, and patience is going to be key this week. And I think the person that's able to do that and not get worked up, I think is going to have a good chance.
everybody, and welcome to PGA Coaching Live, presented by Cadillac from the incredible Kiowa Island Ocean Course. We're here to bring you the very best advice from the world's top PGA professionals and coaches to help your game if you one day want to play like these tour pros, or if you just want to break 100 for the first time. Maybe you just want to give golf a shot. No matter what, we want you to have fun. From mental coaching to swing analysis, we've got you covered as we explore the ways to help every golfer of any ability perform better and have more fun with the sport. And with that, we welcome you inside our PGA Coaching Live set, presented by Cadillac. We could not be at a more beautiful location, as you just saw, right on the Atlantic Ocean. We're situated right here on the Players Practice Range. Play's been underway for about an hour, round one of the 2021 PGA Championship. We could not be more excited. I'm Melanie Collins alongside PGA coach Steve Scott. And Steve, we've talked a little bit about in the first hour what these players are going through the morning of a major championship. Let's start with just warming up, you know, maybe the mental side. How do you do that?
Right, we warm up the body, we warm up the brain. And so what these players are doing and what they're going to be focusing on with their caddies and their coaches in the last minute of preparations here is really about getting inside what's this golf course going to give us today? Where's our wind direction coming from, which has been pretty consistent throughout the practice rounds into today. And then it's all about the pin sheet, understanding where the hole locations are, how tight they are to the edges, what shot shapes am I going to need on which particular holes. And they're going to be practicing those as they lead into it. And the caddies will often say, okay, this is number one. It's 5 feet from the right or 5 paces from the right, and let's hit that little fade into there.
So there's a little bit of a checklist that you go through the morning of.
Absolutely.
How about in terms of the physical side? We're seeing players hitting balls, warming up in the range behind us, but what about in terms of body movement to get your body ready and warmed up for a round?
Well, it's in some of our pieces we've seen Colin Morikawa and Rick Sessinghouse. They're talking about just getting that body loose in 20 to 30 minutes, even before they hit the range. They're in the trailers. I mean, all the performance trailers follow the tour all the way around the country every week, 50 tour events. So they're ready to go and they have their routines. But yeah, 20 to 30 minutes they work on it. But if you don't have that much time to work on your fitness before you play, Melanie, I got a good one for you.
Okay, let's see.
So really, and it's not about, we're not hitting golf shots with this, but grab 1 or 2 clubs, whichever you can handle, whatever level of ability and strength that you are. But what you want to understand is that we want to get our 2 main areas of the body that we want to focus on: the hips and the hip sockets, making sure those are loose and ready to go, and the shoulders, because we're moving and shifting into our left side for right-handed players with our hips. And then the shoulders, there's only one part of our body that actually swings the club. It's our arm. So we want to make sure that our shoulders have a nice, so you grab a couple clubs, so you have a little bit of weight, do small circles, do big circles, go both sides with that. And like Colin Morikawa does, work on some leg kicks, right? The golf swing is in so many different planes of motion. You want to work vertically, you want to work laterally, and even in a rotary fashion, right? Little circles, back and forth, lots of different ways to move the body. So important. It takes 5 minutes. Just get it done. You'll thank yourself. And as we age, we've got to make sure that we keep our body ready to go and nice and warm.
Yeah, absolutely. And whether you want to just have more fun playing the game, or maybe you want to win the Wanamaker Trophy like Rory McIlroy did in 2012 and 2014, we've got you covered.
And Scott Walker and Joe Hallett back with you. Rory McIlroy behind us, less than 30 minutes from his tee time on number 10 with Brooks Koepka and Justin Thomas. What have you noticed about the technology or lack thereof here as we are entering the first round here at this PGA Championship?
It's very interesting, Scott. We just literally walked down the range, and at every stop yesterday, it seemed as though there was some form of technology, a TrackMan or a FlightScope or a Foresight, and giving you all the numbers. Even our Jumbotron out there with the top tracer, literally, those machines are kind of quietly packed away, except for maybe 2 or 3 of them out here right now. And what that reminds us as a competitor is that when you get out there, it's time to stop being a technician and it's time to start being a competitor. Those changes that we're looking at in the swing, it's time to put that into play.
Well, Rory has got the driver out right now. Last drive for him, our top tracer information gave him a carry of 291. The wind's died down a little bit. You know, Steve Scott talked a lot about Rory's positions. What have you seen today from him? Pete Cowan has left him, but they worked a lot over the last few minutes.
And if we remember right, Steve was talking about his hands in that cone coming down. The reason that they're in that good position is because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they had the technology here. Pete had his watchful eye on him, and they're even using video. So you've got human interaction, you've got video, and then you have the data and technology that show what the ball is doing.
There's been a lot of talk about the fade now that Rory McIlroy is hitting. It's like, you know, Picasso now painting with, you know, finger paints, Rory going away from the draw. But tell me about what confidence that have, knowing that one shot shape is going to help him miss one way only.
That's literally the old adage is the best players in the world hit the ball 2 directions, where they're aiming and somewhere else. But they know exactly where that somewhere else is. And now as a player and a caddy, you can step up to the tee, you can pick your lines because you know the ball is either going here or here. You know, the ability to put a fade back in the game is an absolutely great thing, because the draw, sometimes as the draw curves a little bit too much, it isn't that it's a bad shot, but all of a sudden it gets harder to hit the fade when you need. So being able to fade on command, that's a huge advantage to players.
So we will stay with Rory until he leaves, and it is a little bit of a distance for some of these players to be able to get to the practice putting green. But it's so important for him to be able to maximize this club. It's what he's able to do in his major championship wins, including here 9 years ago. You talked about lines, and that's something that people talk about a lot. Tell me what you mean by lines off the tee. Lines, why they're so important with the way people execute their plan.
You know, literally, if you were to think of a bowling alley and you're in lane 22, you don't want to start the ball out in lane 23. It's going to be really hard to get that bowling ball back over where you need it. Well, in a way, golf is the same exact way. Looking at that line, the biggest key is when I tee this ball up, we saw it a couple of times for fun here this week, Scott. Some guys were practicing lines, and they were looking at these flags that they're using for the short game here that are about 40 yards out. And a few of them actually caught the flag on the way out because they were trying to make the ball start on that certain line. If you know your ball starting on that line, then you can pick a side of the tee that might make the fairway appear even a little larger than it is. We know it's a big carry, but to have more room to hit it, if you're not starting the ball on your intended target line, now things get a little bit blurry. You want it finite when you get out there.
Well, it's interesting. You talked about one side of the tee. I mean, Rory's been going to the left side of the tee his entire life. Now, with a fade, that actually changes, doesn't it?
It'll be one of those mysteries where he goes out and you go, where's he going, left? No, he's coming right. No, he's going left. But yes, absolutely, you've got a different view of the hole. And for those golfers that are tuning in, just do that one time. Stand on the left side of the tee and then go stand on the right side of the tee. It's the same hole, but it looks completely different.
And so why is it important to match your shot shape with the side of the tee that you tee it up on?
That gives you the most amount of room to work the ball in the fairway. Imagine if you were a fader of the golf ball. The golf ball's going to go off to the right, and there are woods on the right. If you stood on the far right side of the tee and had to take it down that line of trees, you have no margin for error. But if you aim to the left edge of the fairway, now you've got 35 or 40 yards that you can work with. It's a smarter way to play, and it all starts at the tee.
So right now, Rory McIlroy trying to get himself ready. Again, it is a marquee matchup. And there is the putter, one of the last club he will touch as he ends his practice here on the grounds. We're excited to see him tee off. 8:33 for Rory McIlroy here on PGA Coaching Live.
Thank you, Scott, and we are back on our set, just mere steps from where Rory McIlroy was fine-tuning his last drives there. And one other place they're going to go before they prepare and get on that first tee today is to the chipping green. And we've got our great PGA coach, Rich Jones, back with us here on set on PGA Coaching Live, presented by Cadillac. Now, Rich, you've got a wedge in your hand. You've got some wedge ideas. Talk us through it.
I'll tell you, we always talk about the wedge, the bounce. We talk about the hands, the grip. Very important, right? The only connection we have with the golf ball, right? We can't reach down there and touch the ball. So the tip that I'm going to share with the audience today, or the viewers, to have steady hands, right? You need to have steady hands in order to kind of control this golf ball. So I'm going to start with a simple drill. Maybe start with the left hand, and maybe just go ahead and chip the golf ball, right? Maintaining that steadiness in that left arm and left hand. So let's go ahead and try this. Start with the first, left, just back, all the way through, okay? Do a couple of those until you feel comfortable. Back, through, right? Once you get comfortable doing that, go ahead and switch with the right hand. Again, while doing this, you want to make sure that you stay steady, right? Steady hands is what really going to help get this golf ball to where you need to be. So just hit a few shots like those. Once you get comfortable doing that, just go back and forth and just really feel the ball going through. Now, once the right hand and the left hand gets really steady, go ahead and place both hands on the club, on the handle, right? And then do the same thing and repeat it. Again, the goal here is to really be steady and get your hands steady. Okay? Hit a few of those shots, get comfortable, and really just feel the ball going all the way through. So practice that before you get out there on the green, especially here at Kiawah Island, where this green is the grass is paspalum, which is a new grass for this type of golf course. So practice that and certainly put it in play when you're out there at your own course.
Now, Rich, I got a question for you though, real quick. Using both hands, where do you start? You being right hand dominant, where do you start? Do you start, would you advise starting with your non-dominant hand maybe to try to strengthen and sensitize that lead hand a little bit more?
Steve, that's a great question, right? Because as right hand, we're right hand dominant. So it's always important to maybe work with the least dominant hand. Get that one to be active because we know how to work the dominant hand. So once you get both of those working, it's easy to kind of put them both to play.
Great stuff. Love that. I can't wait for more. This is great stuff here on PGA Coaching Live. But we've caught up recently with Rick Sessinghaus and Colin Morikawa. Check it out.
"20 seconds of activation can help your first tee shot because it wakes everything up. I actually get a crack in my sternum, which actually feels really good. Freaks JJ out a little bit.
I think you've got the best tempo out there. Setting the tone of smooth tempo starts with your wedges. We can just take our laser out, right, and see how far these balls are flying to see if that is matching your feel. How'd that feel?
Pretty good, right on 60.
60 it is. So we know the importance of being square here. Sometimes, Colin, you open up here, which leads to the club going out. So let's make sure that the shoulder stays square. Specifically for Kiawah, it's about flighting irons. It's about being able to control that.
Club face and path and everything have to be right, but especially if I can't feel my body doing it, then I know I'm gonna have a problem. It's like gut feeling.
I'm gonna surprise you here. At the top of the swing, I'm gonna tell you hit, draw, or fade. Draw.
There's a lot of great ball strikers that swing up. You look at Rory, he swings a lot up.
Yes.
And then you've got like Sergio, who swings almost down.
Your swing is very, what we would call centered and leveled.
Just because you have a driver in hand, just because it's teed up, does not mean you have to swing 6 up on it. If you need to go higher, get more loft on the driver.
Yeah.
You know, it's as simple as that.
Let's go play golf. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. And I can't tell you who to suck it to. Cause it's your thing. Do what you want to do. And I can't tell you who to suck it to. It's your thing.
I'm 60 years old, and my lifetime in golf has taught me you have to learn how to relax to play well. I got that down pat. In the final round of this year's championship, I came to the last hole, needing unbelievable up and down in order to get into a playoff. And I stood there and took a few deep breaths and said, it's not the most important thing in the world, but I can hit this shot. It might not come off right now, but I can hit this shot. And I hit it, and it came off. And it was a very special feeling, and a little bit of luck, but a little bit of skill as well.
Hall of Famer gets it done. What an imagination and what execution when you need it most.
At 60, the guard has totally changed. I am the shortest, the oldest, and close to the fattest one here. I give every shot all I got, and sometimes I have more good ones than bad ones. I'm Sonny Skinner, and I'm a member of the PGA team of 20.
Hey Colin, you've been long off the tee, but don't forget, that last 100 yards is just as important as the 300 before it. It all comes down to a refined approach.
.64 yards out here on the 16th hole at the Ocean Course. It's all about refining your approach. 64 yards roughly is about waist high. I'll feel that a little more. Approach shots is kind of what got me out here to the PGA Tour. It's kind of been my bread and butter. I think a good reason is because I know what shots I hit, but I also know my misses. You know, if you cut it 20 yards or you hook it 20 yards right to left, you know, embrace that. Play that shot. Detail is everything. The detail is my life. Everything is precise for a reason. Our golf games are very specific to who we are, and that's what the Escalade is. It's very specific to itself, not just on the outside, but its interior, its features, everything about it. That's a beast of a car right there.
To our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac, and I am now joined by the 2019 Women's PGA Professional Player of the Year, Joanna Coe. Joanna, how's it going today?
Very good.
Good. I'm good. And when we look at all of these top players, they all have one thing in common. Through their swing, they have an extremely steady head.
Yes.
How do we achieve that?
So especially with their irons, a steady head helps you consistently hit the ground in the same spot. So when I'm at home with some higher handicappers, I see their head moving laterally a lot, making their low point just all over the place. So to practice that, you can use a friend, significant other, whoever, to help with that steady head. So
okay.
You're gonna help me.
Girl.
You're gonna help me out here.
Let's do this.
So let's come on down.
Okay.
All right. So with an iron especially, your friend will put an alignment stick on top of your head, and I'm going to do this in slow motion. So a nice steady head is when the body is turning. My left side is actually going down towards the ground, so it's left bending or left tilting, okay, and extending a little bit. So again, left tilt, turn, an extension, and then through the golf ball, it reverses. I turn through, and the right side of my body is now lower, okay? So that nice steady head will give me consistent contact with the ground in front of the golf ball, okay? So let's do this.
Wow.
Awesome. So that was really good contact. And what I hear at home a lot is I have to keep my head down or I have to keep my eye on the ball. It's more about a centered, steady head than it is to just keep my eye on the golf ball, because I could do this, but move it all over the place.
Sure.
Okay?
Am I doing one more for everyone at home?
Yeah, sure. You like being the coach.
I do. I'm really into this. Wow. So your head really does not come up until your arms are
So it's
about 90
maintaining
degrees.
these body angles through the ball.
Okay. Who are some of the players that you think are the best at doing this that you've watched?
So we're looking at Brooks straight face on the other day. Jordan Spieth with his iron play is one of the best iron players in the world. Tiger Woods. They all have that in common. It's great for that consistent low point.
Interesting. Any other exercises that people can do at home to try and steady their head through a swing?
I mean, iron play is huge. That's what really differentiates, I think, beginner golfers and advanced golfers. So if you do this a lot, and if you don't have a friend, you can even go on a door jam or a wall and just make sure your head stays on that door jam throughout the shot.
Okay, cool. And for a driver, is it the same thing?
It's a little bit different with a driver because the ball is elevated on a tee.
Okay.
So you're not striking the ground. So if you have a little bit more lateral movement off the ball, it's okay. You can get away with it a bit more.
All right, Joanna, great stuff. Thanks for involving
You're
me.
welcome.
Let's check in with Stephen Youngner, the head pro at Kiawah Island Golf Resort.
Hi, I'm Stephen Youngner, PGA head golf professional here at the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island. We're here on the 14th hole of very dramatic par 3, and we're going to talk a little bit about putting today. A couple of the unique aspects of the greens at the Ocean Course is the type of putting surfaces that we have. We have a unique grass on these greens called paspalum grass. Folks that visit us that are used to putting on Bermuda grass sometimes take a little bit of time to adjust to this grass because there is no grain. The ball rolls very true, and the gravity of the green is really the determining factor on the break of the putt. This green is probably the most exposed to the wind. So what that means, this green would be slightly faster than some of the other greens. So we want to take a little bit of pace off and play a little bit more break. So I've got about a 20-footer here, and I think this putt's probably going to break about 3 inches to the right. I hope this putting tip helps you in your next round at your local course.
I'm Michael Breed, PGA coach, and I want to talk to you about one of the most challenging shots that you've got, the in-between wedge, the one where you hit your tee shot, it missed the fairway, you tried to get it up on the green, and it comes up about 40 or 50 yards short. That's what I've got here. I'm on the 16th hole with a shot of about 60 yards. I've got my 58-degree wedge. Now, why do we struggle with this shot? Well, let me tell you what happens to you. You get in here like this. You never practice this shot, by the way, which you need to do. But you never practice this, and as a result, you have no confidence. And so you get in here like this, and all you do is your body stays still because you're so nervous, and you take the club, you lift it up, and then you slam it into the ground like this, and you take this trench of a divot that comes out. We got to stop this madness. We got to start to get our body involved in this shot. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go get your Ocean Course 2021 PGA Championship bag towel. This bag towel is going to be the best friend that you've got because it's going to help you with this short shot. What you're going to do is you're going to put this under your lead armpit. Now, I don't want you to feel like your lead arm is going to ever leave that spot, both in the backswing and in the through swing, which means that your lead side has to really become dominant here. I want you to feel it rotating in the backswing, and then I really want you to feel it get out of the way in the through swing. When you start to do that, it's going to feel like you're dragging the club behind you, rotating the body through. Now, let me show you how this is done. So we get in here, we make a practice swing like this, rotate and rotate. And you see how the bag towel doesn't drop down. So we're in here like this, rotate, and rotate back. Now, I didn't give that the full Monty. I didn't hit that as hard as I want, but you can see that that golf ball had great spin, that spun back, and it was on the line that I want. Now, we're going to hit a shot where we're really paying attention to what we're trying to do. 60-yard shot for me. This is going to be a little grip down and then a little bit of speed through the shot. Here we go. I gave it a little bit too much speed, but you know what? You see that ball have a little spin to it. That one there went about 64 yards. So I'm about 12 feet past that hole. I know I can make that putt, and I certainly hit that ball solidly. That one there had almost 9,000 RPMs of backspin, which means when that ball gets on the green, it's going to stop, and that's going to help you improve your game, because now when you're trying to hit your shot into the green, now you go, oh, all I got to do is hit it 60 in the air. I don't have to worry about whether it's going to roll out or not. You know you're going to get the proper backspin. Control this shot by making sure that you get that bag towel underneath the lead arm, and then let the body rotate back, and make sure you get that lead part of the body out of the way. That'll minimize the face rotation, allow you to have a little bit more backspin, and allow you to be able to have some confidence and some trust in those in-between shots with the wedge.
Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Pete Dye. He and his wife Alice designed the course that we're standing on, which is the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. At some 7,800 yards, it's known as one of the hardest courses in the world, and it's about to host the 2021 PGA Championship. We're here thanks to Chase Sapphire, and my mission today is to break 90 from the tips. Why is the wind important? The wind is important because that's what makes a links course a links course. Built in 1991 for the Ryder Cup, this course harkens back to an era from long ago when golf was just beginning. But today's goal is a huge one, and it's to break 90 from the tips.
You got this.
Thank you, sir. Between he and I, we're very confident. With the wind switched, we have a little bit of interesting stuff to deal with, but we're here on the range now to get dialed in to see if we can make 17 bogeys. That'd be a good title for it. And now it's time to get down to business. Who's got a club? Thank you. And a ball. Got to figure out the wind. They say the first ball tells you a lot about your round. No!
And we're less than 20 minutes away from the defending champion, playing with Hideki Matsuyama and with Bryson DeChambeau, who's behind us, Joe Hallett. And tell me the difference between the warm-ups of Morikawa and DeChambeau.
Well, there's an underlying theme going on here right now, and Colin's warm-up, the one thing we could say is we knew it was fun because Rick Sessinghouse is going to make that time out here fun. We didn't see much technology. Now behind us we have Bryson, and we see his coach, Chris Como, as well as the foresight out there, so we see a lot of the technology in there. Fun is fun for different people, and this is fun for Bryson. So they've learned this warm-up of what really makes this enjoyable. They're not testing themselves right now. They're checking themselves, and they're having fun while they're doing it. Rick's doing it more with Colin saying, hit me this shot, hit me that shot. And Chris is over here saying, let's see if you can hit this number. It's all fun.
Well, let's get a little closer look at the swing that Bryson and Mike Shy honed over the years in Clovis, California. And it really is interesting because we saw Bryson last night. He was dramatically putting on a show for people, doing long drives in the late in the afternoon yesterday. He just has a different approach about how he wants to practice, and he's going full out.
It's very unusual that you hear a roar on a Wednesday in a major championship, and they were watching the ball speed, and they were trying to see, you know, especially with the wind picking up almost 18 miles an hour yesterday, they were trying to see if he could clip 300, and the minute he got over it, you could probably hear it within a 1,000-yard radius here. It was just tremendous.
Well, there were about 1,000 people looking at that at the end of the day. It was the show of the day on this practice range. What would you like to see from him now, though, as you're getting into competition, again, about 15 minutes away?
Well, the two things you know about Bryson is, one, he is physically tough. He is a physical specimen, but he is also mentally tough. And, you know, that's something that he works on time and time again. And we want to talk about a plan A. There is a plan B for him, but he will take plan A to the very end and get the job done. And that's basically what happens. Putting himself in position to hit a couple of short irons in on his first few holes, I mean, that could be a big plus for him. Keeping the ball maybe a little bit below the hole so he can have a nice uphill putt. You put those two combinations together and you might get off to a really fast and solid and comfortable start.
It's interesting because for Bryson, he may have 5, 10, 15 variables he's thinking about before a given shot. Some players may only need 1 or 2. How do you know as an instructor how much a player can handle in their pre-shot consideration?
Well, what you're looking for is that one key that you know produces a good shot. And you want to talk about the science that's been taken care of in pre-shot routines. I know coaches who have actually timed pre-shot routines and say, you know, when you hit your best shot, that time factor is 7 seconds. And all of a sudden today you're taking 12 seconds. Let's get things done a little bit faster. Did you know yesterday and the day before when you were hitting those long drives, you used 2 waggles. Right now you're only using 1. That's the job of the coach in the background to kind of go, what little difference is here, and what's that one thing part of the warm-up and the waggle and the pre-shot that we can make sure gets him in the right frame of mind.
So as an amateur, when do you start thinking about creating that type of routine?
Yesterday would have been a good choice, actually, at this point. Getting that routine, that's the thing. Everybody always says, why is it so hard for me to take my game from the range to the first tee? Because you do things naturally relaxed on the practice range, and on the first tee, all of a sudden you feel like you're in an exam. Hit 2 or 3 shots on the range, pick a couple different targets, and make that your exam, and go through a specific routine. We always like to call it PGA: posture, grip, and alignment. You don't have to do it in that order, but those are 3 things that make a good pre-shot routine.
But I will push back, right? As an amateur, there's a lot of times that we're thinking about things and we don't know whether it should be technical or a flow. Which one should it be, and how does it get from one to the other?
Literally, your technical would almost happen behind the golf ball. Those are the things you need to be looking at. Where am I going to aim? What technically is the wind doing? What's my yardage? And from there, once you get over to the side of the ball, now you're in your flow. I'm going to take my practice swing and I step up and I'm going to set my feet. I'm going to get in good posture. I'm going to take 1 waggle and then I'm going to go. That's the flow.
I just had to take a peek at where Bryson was hitting it, and right now looks like he is, his ball speed's getting back up. Not to the 200-mile-an-hour ball speed we saw yesterday as he was practicing, but 183 right there on his driver. If you're trying to push the envelope, which is what he is doing, is this a time where you're trying to dial it back to something that you can play with? Is that what we're seeing here?
Yes, technically that could be what we're seeing. And the most important part that you just said is he is pushing the envelope. And the thing I'd like to point out to all of our golfers who are out there, it's real easy to push the envelope when you first get out to the range. He did it at the end of the day yesterday. That's how you make strides in speed and in strength. When he was the most tired, he's pushing his body to the extreme. You really want to get a little more yards on your driver, a little more speed with that club head. Make sure you finish off the day or the practice sessions trying to do it. You're not going to hit the numbers he's hitting, but give it all you got.
He just had a little fist bump with Chris Como, and you could hear him say, I love that. You can feel the confidence starting to bubble up in him. How important is confidence to a player as they're going to the first tee?
You know, you can see it here in the championship. The confidence is big. Did you finish off with a few good shots? That's what they're really looking to do in their warm-up. And some want to finish with a driver. Some want to literally finish with a couple of nice soft wedges to hit that one shot and go, okay, I'm ready. What does that do for you? It gives you the confidence, but watch the way they walk off the range. Watch the way they walk to the first tee. They walk with an era and an aura of, I know what I'm doing, and I hit some good shots doing it.
Well, this is a man that's looks like he has a lot of confidence as he is about to tee off. It is 10 minutes away for Bryson DeChambeau, playing with Hideki Matsuyama and the defending champion, Collin Morikawa. DeChambeau with his major championship last year at the U.S. Open, looking to add a Wanamaker trophy as he is the biggest show right now.
Scott and Joe, excellent stuff out on the range, and we welcome you back into our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac. And while these players warm up on the range behind us, let's take a look at some of the arrivals as players got to Kiawah Island Ocean Resort today. And first up, we've got Hideki Matsuyama, armed with his green jacket from the 2020 Masters. Not on him, obviously, but he's got one now, and he's looking to take the first 2 majors of the year.
I tell you, I wouldn't sleep without that thing. That would be really close. That'd be really close to me.
Next up, Rory McIlroy, of course, coming off that win at the Wells Fargo on Mother's Day. The 2020 winner here of the PGA Championship by 8 strokes.
Giving a kiss to his wife, Erica, right there.
Yeah, Victor Hovland up next, consecutive top 3 finishes. I know he's one of your favorites this week.
Victor Hovland, Oklahoma State product, playing some great golf, and he is he's ready to go, and he's got that beautiful Escalade he's driving.
Oh, yeah. And Matt Wallace teeing off at 8:55 with Charlie Hoffman and Eric Van Rooyen.
I love that lift gate right there, too. You can throw so many, 5, 6, 7 sets of golf clubs in that back thing.
Yeah, they
I
make
love
it so convenient, so much space. So that is Matt Wallace making his way into Kiawah Island for the 2021 PGA Championship. And last but not least, here is Danny Willett teeing off with Henrik Stenson and Bubba Watson at 8:06 a.m.
Riding in style. I love that. You can load so many things back there and go on a nice trek, maybe a little road trip around the country.
Absolutely. What
so
better car to do it in?
I'd go everywhere. This is a good place to start. Start on the East Coast at Kiawah Island, work all the way out to where we played the PGA last year at TPC at Harding Park. Why not?
Why not? Well, earlier today, we talked a little bit about warming up mentally for a round. And Steve, you told us a little bit about the importance of going over the pin sheet. Take us through today's and how we should read this.
Well, I'll just give you a couple examples. So a lot of the things we talked about is about how the caddy and the player are preparing when they're out here and trying to hit certain shot shapes, anticipating certain hole locations. So let's just give you a little example of a few of these hole locations. Let's take this one, and this is credit to Kerry Haig and the entire field staff. They've been doing this for years, but they know how to understand the pin sheet. So let's take a look at the 7th hole up here. For example, we got a front left hole location. It says 8 and 8. That means 8 yards or 8 paces on and 8 paces from the left. Fairly forgiving hole location, not right up to the edge. Sometimes we see 3 or 4 as we move around. And then let's take a look over here at number 15. We've got one that's 15 on and 5 from the right. And so players are going to have to hit a nice fade into that 15th hole, maybe certain sides of the fairway they're going to figure out, and that goes to the strategy. Really, the strategy starts off the tee. The player wants to know when he's standing on the tee, and he's going to ask the caddy, you're going to hear this a lot throughout the championship, where's the hole location? Even on par 4, par 5, because they want to understand where they need to hit their tee shot. And then you see the varying hole location here. We have front, we have middle, and here's a back hole location on hole number 9, 25 on and only 5 from the left. A nice high draw, going to be able to be fitting in there. But professional golfers, players who make a living at this game, are all about their life is made in 5, 4, 3-yard increments.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing to the nth degree. And so all these hole location sheets, you may think, hey, I just need to know the center or if it's in the back. No, these players need to know, they want to know how many feet that it is from the edge.
Wow, and for our folks at home, this will change every day of the tournament.
It changes every day. They have the Kerry Haig and his staff, they go through, all the wind direction. They're predicting what is it going to be throughout the championship. And then they're putting hole locations based on that, and you're going to see them get tighter and tighter to the edges as we move along in this championship.
All right, lots to look forward to for these players. In the meantime, let's check in with Colin Morikawa and Rick Sessinghaus.
So with the wedges here, I know you do a couple different shots to get your feel, right? The feel versus real. You're gonna tell me, once you've hit this shot, the intention's 30 yards, how far you think it actually went, and then we're gonna kind of test it to see if that is matching your feel. Perfect. Okay, did that feel like 30?
Yeah.
Okay, let me shoot it. You're pretty good. That's 30, okay? Do you think in terms of like a position where you're going to be here, or is it strictly feel-based?
I think it's a combination of both. I kind of have my spots if I'm about what I feel is midway through my body or what I feel is just below my shoulder. Whether it's there or not, I don't know, but at least I have a feeling and I'm able to gauge what distances those are.
So let's go one more 30.
Short.
This time, I want you to hit a 60-yard shot.
That feels pretty good to me.
Feels pretty good. Okay. I think we had 57 on that one.
Pretty close.
For you to get that feel of how far that ball is flying is going to help your confidence when you go out there. Let's do a 60-yarder. How'd that feel?
Pretty good. Right on 60.
60 it is.
There we go.
I'm Owen Fisher, and don't let this microphone and this suit fool you. I'm also a PGA Junior League golfer.
Physical distancing is naturally built into golf, and PGA Junior League has its own medically approved guidelines that our expert coaches follow, so kids like me can get back to golf.
So Steph, how should we celebrate with our teammates?
Try thumbs ups and fist pumps, not handshakes and fist bumps.
Sign up today at PGAJuniorLeague.com.
I'm self-taught, left-handed golfer from Minnesota. Not exactly what you would paint as a really good golfer. I do things my own way. I have a lot of fun with it. The successes in this game are so sweet because they come so difficult. I've played in 4 PGA championships and 9 other PGA Tour events, and you know, it's still a work in progress. I know I'm good now, but I'm not where I want to be. It's just that endless process of achievement and accomplishment, and I've been lucky to have some successes, and it just makes me hungry for more. I'm Alex Beach, and I am a member of the PGA Team of 20.
Hey Colin, I know we're always talking about the mental game, right? To win the majors, you've got to inspire that inner drive. We need to be confident and we need to be committed. Sometimes you win just by staying in the zone.
So much about golf is about your mental game. You know, how do you inspire yourself to really dig deep and hit a good shot? For me, it's all about visualization. Being comfortable when you're a little more focused on one target instead of distracted, you're able to kind of freely hit the shots. You know, you want to feel confident with what you can do. One example of this paying off was the 16th hole of the PGA Championship. I was able to pull driver, feel comfortable about it, kind of go from there. I'll see my shot, line it up, see how we go. There's so much stress as a professional golfer. I'd say the calming environment of being inside an Escalade just allows me to relax. I practice with music all the time. Music kind of helps decompress, de-stress, and put myself away from everything. It's really clear having 36 speakers around you. You can hear it in the front, you can hear it in the back, and it's really like sitting at a concert, which is really exciting driving a car.
Scott and Joe back with you here on the practice tee at PGA Coaching Live. And it's interesting. It's so fun to watch the team of 20 as they go out and compete. And particularly, I've had the opportunity to talk to Sonny Skinner a lot, longtime Georgia PGA section member. And when you're in your 60s playing the longest major championship golf course in history, how do you get yourself ready for this immense challenge?
Now, when you said when I'm in my 60s, you're a lot closer than you think at this point, my friend, but literally getting out.
Literally every day I'm closer, yeah.
Literally getting out there. How do you do that? You set your own personal goals, and you would look at those goals and you would see how are they going to fare in this championship. What am I going to do in terms of my distance? I'm going to play the into the wind holes as smart as I can. I'm going to play the downwind holes with the most enjoyment. Those are the holes I may take a chance on. And specifically, what about those holes where those hole locations are, I think they call them go for it's. That pin's right in the center of the green. Let's have a little fun. Let's put it in there. As much competitiveness as Sonny has and as much competition as he has gone through in his life, he knows when to put the gas pedal down, and he can hit his goals. And I have a feeling those are going to be some good goals for every player out here this week.
Yeah, it's his 4th time in this championship playing for Sonny Skinner. Now, tell me about how honest a lot of your students are, because when if you're going to do that successfully, you have to be honest about what your strengths are, how you can attack it. How can golfers be more honest with themselves about what they do well?
Boy, am I going to get a lot of text coming back on this one, my friend. When we talk about honest, the person that somehow comes in and says, well, I hit my 7-iron 170, yet they're only hitting their driver 245, so maybe the setting is wrong on the driver. The honesty starts with literally, and that's one thing you see at the best players in the world here, what are the true yardages that you hit your club? Knowing what your smallest yardage is and your largest yardage is for the 7-iron. Maybe it's 150 to 160. Well, you know what? You're probably, to stop playing it at 160, you're literally at a point where, hey, 155 is my number. Knowing your yardages, that sets good goals. And the next thing is knowing what's my weakness. Literally, what are your goals? Know what my weakest spot, my weakest shot is, and let's try and never put ourselves in there. You'll find yourself reaching your goals a lot faster.
So as you're looking at a golf course like this and players that have just a wonderful opportunity to be able to, it's a gorgeous place. I mean, obviously, we're looking at here, if you're just going out and have a beach day, it's wonderful. If you're going to play golf on a championship test like this, it's going to test you. How do you balance that for a lot of these players?
You know, I've heard of Rick Sessinghouse said something the other day. He said the antithesis of fear is literally curiosity. And there is curiosity coming out here. Wow, I wonder how I'm going to do on this. This shot is going to be very interesting. And knowing that you're going to go out and you can be afraid of the situation, but having some curiosity and going out and the best in the world and the biggest competitors that are out there always want to do one thing, and it just wrenches our gut. They want to test themselves. That's not a bad thing. Test yourself. If you don't pass the test, go see your PGA coach and he can help you pass the next one.
So Sonny's getting a little refreshment there, trying to hydrate this big test. What do you like about his swing, which has been pretty consistent over the years?
Timeless is the word that literally comes to mind. Balance and timeless. Literally, you watch the backswing, you watch the follow through, and as we've said so many times, the balanced finish is absolutely amazing. That's a sign that you're not overworking any part of the body. I know you were just peeking at the numbers. What did you see?
They're actually keeping his numbers double secret confidential. So we're gonna. But what I did notice though, that ball flight, just a little tight draw into that wind. It was actually just the kind of shot that we're used to seeing from him, right?
Yes, and for the players that are out there that are actually looking for a little more distance, there's no question that the draw can help that ball roll out on the fairway. You want to get really skilled at this game, you need a little more distance off of the tee. Hit a little bit of a draw. It's going to give you 5 or 6 extra yards once it hits the ground. You're not going to want that when you hit the green, and we can discuss that later. You might have to learn how to shape the shot a little different way so it stops when it's on the green. But off the tee, go see your PGA coach. Say, how do I get 5 extra yards by hitting a draw?
Interestingly, what do you notice about the conditions right now? Because the wind is kind of coming a little bit, it's a little gusting, right? It's a little inconsistent, not in direction, but in intensity.
Yeah, and this is almost one of those signs where throughout the day as
yeah, we're having a little fun today, right?
Warming up and playing is fun, and nobody just showed it better than Sonny. The intensity of the wind, that's what you feel a lot of times as you're out here, and the wind all of a sudden, as you said, Scott, it's kind of getting a little inconsistent. That's the heavier wind coming behind it.
If you want to know what it's like to be able to get ready for your first tee shot, this is it. The walk up the stairs, and you get to play. Of course, he doesn't walk up the stairs as soon as I say that. But it is that walk, just you, your caddy, and your thoughts here in the 103rd PGA Championship.
Back here on our PGA Coaching Live, presented by Cadillac Set. And we talk about balance in the golf swing, and balance in life is very, very important. We saw in those pieces a little earlier, we saw Erica McElroy now give her hubby a little kiss. We think about balance in life. Balance is very important for all these professionals, and it's important for you at home to understand balance and balance in your golf swing. And that's why we've got our great PGA coach, director of instruction at Pine Ridge and Golf Galaxy on the Long Island in the Met section of New York, Rich Jones back with us. Welcome back, Rich.
Yeah, my man. Yep, good to be back.
Well, you didn't go too far, but the last one was talking about the you talked about the hands. Now, there's two most important parts in the golf swing: the hands that hold the club and the feet that touch the ground. I think you got a balance sort of lesson here for us.
I do. Balance is so important, as you alluded to earlier. Balance in golf and balance in life, right? So I call this the ABC of golf, right? So think about it. In the address position, the A, you need to have balance. In the backswing, we also need to have good balance. And in the complete swing, you need to also have good balance. So the ABCs of golf. So for this particular drill, I'm going to start off on my left leg, right? So I'm going to kick my right leg back a little bit. I like to do practice swings just to feel in motion. So I'm in balance as I take the club back, as I go through to make contact, and as I finish a swing, I'm in balance. Then once you feel comfortable, go ahead and approach a shot, set your posture, make sure you're comfy, and go ahead and just swing away. Right. You want to maintain your balance when you do that. Once you get comfortable with the one leg, go ahead and maybe put two legs together, maintain that balance. And then once you're comfortable with the one leg, the two leg together, go ahead and get your set set up, park, get your posture, stay in balance in the address position. And the backswing, you're going to stay in balance, and on the complete swing, you're going to make sure you maintain that balance. So there you go. Balance, ABC of golf, right? Make sure you stay in balance at the address position. Make sure you stay in balance on the backswing and on the complete swing.
Great stuff, Rich. Now, when you did that on your left leg, what sort, and when we go back to a regular conventional golf swing, what sort of pressure do you feel like you should have in your left foot at the point of impact?
So at impact, I want to feel majority of my weight on that forward foot, right? That's going to give me that indication as if I'm transferring the weight, right? So you don't want to leave any energy in the backswing. You want to keep everything transfer all the way to the forward foot.
I love it. Move to it and then through it.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. And another guy who's got some great stuff is Michael Breed, the energetic PGA coach. Listen to this one.
I'm PGA coach Michael Breed. I want to talk to you about a question I get all the time. Michael, how do I create backspin on my little wedges around the green? You know what? It's time we learned how to do this. I'm on the 18th green here at the Ocean Course. I've got about a 40-yard shot. Now, this is the shot where you go, I don't even know what to do here. Here's how you're going to hit this shot. Here's how you're going to be able to create some backspin. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to get your most lofted wedge. This is a 58-degree wedge that I have here. What I want you to do is I want you to grip it so that the club face is a little bit open. So I'm making my 58 probably 61 or 62 degrees here. So I set that open, and with a ball position that is sort of middle of the stance, what I want you to do is when you come down into this, I want you to throw the club head right at the ball. Your trail hand is going to get active, and it's going to throw the club this way. Now, here's the important thing. I don't want you to throw it so that you spin the face. I want you to throw it so the heel stays ahead of the toe. So when you throw this club, and you throw it that way, you're not going to take a big, huge divot. In fact, it's just going to slide along the ground, because when you throw it and the heel beats the toe, you're going to use some of the bounce of the club, and it's going to go right under the ball, and you're going to get a lot of backspin, a nice launch angle and trajectory. But when that ball lands, it's going to stop and it's going to spin. As I said, I got about 40 yards here. Club face is open. And now all I'm doing is I'm throwing it. It's accelerating the club head, but it's also adding loft. So it's not going to jump out really far. Now watch this thing spin back right here. And there it is. Look at that thing stop. That's how you're going to hit that shot. Don't be afraid to throw the club. Make sure you grip the club just slightly open. Like I said, you're going to add about 3 or 4 degrees of loft to your most lofted club. Mine's a 58. And then when you're coming down into that shot, I want you to throw that club head, making sure that the heel of the club stays ahead of the toe. Once you throw it and the toe passes the heel, that's when you're going to create a side spin or wipe back spin off. When you start to throw it this way where the heel stays ahead of the toe, now all of a sudden you're adding loft, you're adding speed to the club. It's going to go right under the ball and increase the spin rate. That one there was about 9,400 RPMs of backspin on a shot that's just 40 yards long. Do this, and you know what? You'll wow all your friends and improve your short game.
I see all the PGA Tour players and I really want to be like them.
I just love seeing them play these beautiful courses and seeing their game blossom under such a perfect golfing environment.
I really like the short game area because, short game is one of the most important parts of the game. I really love how I get to improve and how I get to build on what I learn and getting to set goals and to see myself maybe even accomplish them. First time I took a swing, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And so I practiced more and more. I just realized that it's a lot of fun to play it. I want to go chase my dreams and be able to, become a golfer one day.
Drive to the championship!
Hi, I'm Stephen Youngner, PGA head golf professional here at the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. We're here on the 14th hole of very dramatic par 3, and we're going to talk a little bit about putting today. A couple of the unique aspects of the greens at the Ocean Course is the type of putting surfaces that we have. We have a unique grass on these greens called paspalum grass. Folks that visit us that are used to putting on Bermuda grass sometimes take a little bit of time to adjust to this grass because there is no grain. The ball rolls very true, and the gravity of the green is really the determining factor on the break of the putt. This green is probably the most exposed to the wind. So what that means, this green would be slightly faster than some of the other greens. So we want to take a little bit of pace off and play a little bit more break. So I've got about a 20-footer here, and I think this putt's probably going to break about 3 inches to the right. I hope this putting tip helps you in your next round at your local course.
The PGA Championship begins this Thursday with its flourish of thrills and emotions as past champions and challengers alike will compete for the prestigious Wanamaker Trophy.
I was in a very good state of mind all week, and then I felt once we got to the weekend, especially Sunday, I felt like it was time to go get it. I love having the little plate on my locker saying the 2017 champion, but I would like to have a lot more years on it.
The 103rd edition of the event will take place on the notoriously demanding Ocean Course at Kiowa Island in South Carolina.
I think that's something about this place. No lead is safe. Out here, it's especially those last couple holes, but really the entire golf course. You have trouble, you can lose a golf ball on any shot. You get some crosswinds, you have to hit the ball very solid, you have to place it, and hitting the fairways is a premium, and it's got some teeth. It's really just going to be about adapting, and patience is going to be key this week. And I think the person that's able to do that and not get worked up, I think is going to have a good chance.
And welcome back to our PGA Coaching Live set presented by Cadillac. I'm joined once again by PGA coach Joanna Coe. And Joanna, I don't know about you as a pro, but for me as an amateur, and I'm sure for a lot of folks at home, we get to the driving range and we just want to crush driver. Everyone wants to let the big dog eat. It's just more fun.
Yes.
So how can we get some more distance on our shots?
So driving is all about that point of contact on the club face. So the hottest part of the club face is a little bit higher, even maybe high on the toe. But most of the amateur players or high handicappers hit it too low in the face, causing too much spin and even too much on the toe or the heel. So we're going for high on the club face. Okay. And then the second element is our attack angle. So that's the club's angle of approach into the golf ball. So ideally with driver, we want it to be either level to the ground or even a little bit up. So we've talked about about last couple days, irons, it's actually downward strike, but driving is actually slightly up. That helps us decrease spin and launch the ball high. So I have a pretty simple drill here to help with both the contact on the face and that angle of approach. So you can just put a tee in the ground and a head cover, a towel, anything about maybe 2.5 feet in front of the tee. So simply, I just want you to make sure that you clip the tee but miss the head cover at the same time. So tee and no head cover. So during that swing, I made sure that the left side of my body was pushing up, my left knee, left shoulder pushing up, which raises the handle, which raises the club head through the impact area. But also the tee strike makes sure that I actually strike it on the top side of the face. So then with the golf ball, once you're comfortable doing that a few times with just the tee, okay, we can put a golf ball there. Again, I'm going to feel, and of course it helps with the proper setup, some spine tilt here. Okay, so we're really using the ground well, that ground force pressure, jumping like an athlete through the golf ball and hitting it dead on the sweet spot.
Wow, Joanna Coe, great stuff as always. That's going to do it for this 2-hour edition of PGA Coaching Live presented by Cadillac, but we've got plenty more to come from 12 to 2 p.m. In the meantime, keep it locked on our exclusive range feed, and we'll see you at noon.